Above the Heineken deck at Pier 17, Stephen A. Smith, Malika Andrews, Jalen Rose, Michael Wilbon will be joining us in just a minute from Phoenix. And gentlemen, the playoffs, the play-in, they are set, and here they are. We're going to start with the West here and show you what this looks like. So coming into the day, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Suns, they were all locked in, right, to the top four spots. The Clippers, they battled back. They claimed the 5th seed. The Warriors won in convincing fashion. They secured the 6th spot. And then that also sets up our play-in. The Timberwolves in the 7-8 matchup against the Lakers will be hosting. The winner of that clinches the 7th seed. And then the Pelicans and the Thunder, they square off in that 9-10 game. The winner faces the loser of the Lakers-Timberwolves for the 8th and final spot in the playoffs. I want to start here by focusing in on the Lakers. Your thoughts here, Stephen A.
Good for them that they've got the play-in game on their home turf. Good for them in regards to the outright idiocy of the Minnesota Timberwolves, who've made it easier because obviously Rudy Gobert punches Anderson, just sucker punches him, and there needs to be some discipline in regards to that. Who knows what it will be? You know, Jaden Daniels, he injured himself because apparently he punched a wall and he's hurt his hand. So now the Minnesota Timberwolves, they were once compromised up here. Now they're compromised physically. So that's an easier route for the Los Angeles Lakers. I expect the Lakers to win this game. I expect them to secure the number 7 seed and go up against a Memphis squad that is devoid of Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, which means that Anthony Davis will have to show up to save the day in that series.
You mentioned all of the hullabaloo that happened around the Timberwolves. So before we get your thoughts, Jalen and Michael Wilbon, I do want to check in with our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, because the Timberwolves, they are hurting now in this. Woj, what more can you tell us about the state of the Wolves?
Absolute chaos for the Timberwolves today, and the losses are significant, starting with Jaden McDaniels, who's had a breakout season for Minnesota. He has a fractured right hand, I'm told. He is out for the season, and this is a player who has guarded the best player on the Wolves' opponents this season. He won't be available Tuesday against the Lakers in the play-in, or again if they were to advance. And listen, it all started with argument between Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert that escalated with Gobert throwing a punch, hitting Kyle Anderson. You know, I'm told that the back and forth was about first Anderson telling Rudy Gobert, hey, why don't you block some shots? Gobert telling him, why don't you grab a rebound? And then it escalated from there until Rudy Gobert threw a punch, and it certainly leaves his availability on Tuesday against the Lakers in L.A. Very much in the air. The two best defensive players, certainly, for this Minnesota team. McDaniels now out for the season, punching a wall on the way into the halftime locker room. And now Rudy Gobert, essentially sent home from the arena by Timberwolves president Tim Connolly in the aftermath of throwing a punch at teammate Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, as you reported, Woj, Tim Connolly said that we made the decision to send Rudy home. His behavior on the bench was, quote, unacceptable, and we will continue handling this situation internally. Michael Wilbon, your thoughts?
Wasn't it last year that I was saying that the Minnesota Timberwolves appeared to major in dumb? Yeah. We got back-to-back years. I mean, I probably should say immaturity. I probably should say that, but I'm not going to say that. Because when you continually do this and you repeatedly do it and you've got, I mean, the Timberwolves have some pieces. And when emotionally plugged in, I mean, they can beat a lot of teams. I don't know if they can win this series even if healthy and in concentration and sort of in command of what they're doing. But it's possible now. And Stephen A., I agree with you. It doesn't even appear possible. How many years do you get to just do one stupid thing after another, whether it's in-game, during the week, in a locker room, on the way to the locker room? These are the playoffs. Everything you have is at stake. Do you look around at the other teams and see the way the Lakers and the Suns and the Warriors and the Bucks and the Celtics are conducting themselves? And then this is what you do again? Unbelievable. It really is.
Coward move by Rudy Gobert. A team is an extension in a lot of ways of itself. It happens in frustration amongst the group. which lends to the team not watching Jaden McDaniels compound that with punching the wall. So the basketball guys, everybody, are just shining down on the Lakers because now they're going to wax the Minnesota Timberwolves on their home floor. That's exactly what's going to happen. LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Darvin Ham are literally watching this unfold right in front of their hands. They woke up today. They could have been the 5th seed. I think you said they could have been an 8th or a 9th seed.
Yeah.
Now they're in pole position, to Stephen A's point, not only to win because they are going to win, but now they get a chance to play against Memphis where they're shorthanded up front.
Stephen A., final thoughts?
It's just sad because I look at Anthony Edwards. I think he's an absolute stud. Karl Anthony Towns has come back. He showed you what he's capable of, and you knew they have the potential to beat some of these teams. There are times where, again, the flagrant level of idiocy is very, very alarming. Michael Wilbon said he shouldn't say it, but he's going to say it anyway. You're damn right I'm going to say it because it should be said. Very, very dumb. And listen, McDaniels, we know he's a stud and so much promise. What could you have been that mad about on the last game of the regular season, knowing you got a playing game to come? What could have possibly made you that mad that you're going to punch a wall and break your hand and be out for the daggone season? My Lord. I mean, Lord have mercy.
Jaden McDaniels, such a key piece, especially defensively, for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. We are just getting started here on our...
For you the last couple days and finishing the way you did today.
For me? Well, yesterday I got an opportunity to watch my son play the game that he loves to play and do it at a high level. Playing for Team USA is always it's an honor, and my son was very excited about that opportunity to play up in Portland last night at the Nike Hoop Summit. So that was great that the family could go up there and support him, and then for me to be able to play today and play for my guys, and it's a pretty good weekend for our household.
You get Minnesota next. What does that mean to you?
That we get Minnesota next. That's all. We prep. We start playoff prep tomorrow for them, and we get ready for Tuesday.
LeBron, just in a one-game situation like that, you played Golden State here a couple of years ago. How much more important is it to have home court, in which it's almost like a Game 7 without being a Game 7, just energy-wise, if at all?
Well, I mean, obviously it's different because, usually in postseason you have multiple days to prep for a team. But you literally have one day to prep and a half a day on game day, but you're kind of locked in on everything that needs to be done. But for us, it's just good that we don't have to travel. We travel a lot lately, so it's good that we get to stay here, but that doesn't make us, we shouldn't be comfortable. We got to stay on edge and get ready for the game.
What's the biggest challenge going against that Timberwolves team defensively for you guys?
It's a challenge versus everybody, and Minnesota is no different. When you got guys like Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, those guys can both go for 40 against you and put multiple pressure on you. You got a very cerebral, solid point guard in Mike Conley, who's been in multiple playoff games. So, listen, we know what we're getting ourselves into, but today we should enjoy the rest of the day with the family, enjoy Easter. But tomorrow when we come together, we got to be super duper locked in and laser sharp and focus on what needs to be done Tuesday night.
And today, was this the best you felt since you've come back? You looked very, very fluid out there today. Everything seemed like it was effortless.
I just trying to put the work in, and one thing about me, I know results. What happened when you put the work in, so that's all it's about.
You guys finished the regular season winning 9 out of 11. As you mentioned, you have really personally, I'd say from late in the game in Utah through the last several games. As a team, we're clicking quite as well as we were before. What will it take to get that back before Tuesday's game?
I think defense. Obviously, we hang our hats on the defensive end. We know we're really good. We're defending. We're rebounding. We're protecting one another, and then we're getting out and doing what we do best, and that's getting up in a fast break or spraying out, whatever the case may be. So, it's definitely some of the dog days right now as you round out the regular season, but we understand what's in front of us and what's coming about. So, we'll be fine.
This team is. What did you like about this team? I'm sorry. Go ahead, BT. I defer to you, BT.
Somebody go.
What is it that you like about playing with Rui?
This is a super competitor. And he wants to be great. He wants to be held accountable. He's always asking me what he can do better to help this team. How can he be better to help this team? Because he wants to, not only when he's on the floor, but he wants to be on the floor. And, I feel like, we complement each other very well along with AR. I complement myself with AR very well. And obviously we know myself and AD what we're able to do. But Rui is, the more minutes, when he knows he's going to play, when he gets that routine of consistency, he shows what he's capable of doing.
Ron, this team has been in playoff mode basically since early February. Has that had any, do you think, cumulative fatigue effect as to why this really feels like the dog days? And then I guess secondarily, this team has been playing super important games for 30 games. How does that give you any comfort for this group as it kind of goes?
I mean, we put ourselves in a position where we can move on, and that's all we asked for, to put ourselves in a position to be able to move on. We had a very, very slow start, like you said, starting 2-10, and then we had games that we could have won, we had games that we should have won, we had some things that didn't go our way. So to know where we are today, you can be happy about that, but not satisfied. So my coach always said it's time to fill our cups back up. We got the rest of the day, we got the rest of tomorrow to get off our feet, but that's all going to be in the mind, and then get ready to go out and battle on Tuesday.
It was important for you to be in Portland last night. What was that experience like? To see Bronny play in that setting, and then obviously a crazy turnaround. To get ready for today.
I wasn't going to miss it. I mean, I understand how important fatherhood is. Just coming from a no-father household, so I wasn't going to miss it. And to be able to have my daughter there with me and my wife there, my mom, it means a lot. And we just, we always try to support each other in all our endeavors that we do, either from Bronny, Bryce, Zuri, Savannah, my mom, and so on and so on. So, I'm only as good as my family, so it makes it a lot easier when I land late at night last night or this morning and don't get as much rest as I wanted to, but I feel good of coming in here because of the energy and the support that I get from my family. So today was easy.
Last question.
When was the first time you heard the goat flying?
The who? Oh, these. You talking about these guys?
Yeah.
I have no idea. These guys are hilarious. Yeah, they're hilarious. But I love my teammates, and I think I fell in love with them even more when I wasn't playing. I think you guys probably seen a lot of my tweets and things of that nature, talking about how much I love this team and things when I was in rehab, and